I am George Antony, Managing Director for UAE Exchange India. You are watching me on webindia123.com. Nothing much. I mean, it is all. I don't feel anything much about it because it's part. We do our work and we keep going. We don't work for awards, and it all happens on its own. No? So I didn't feel much about it, but after seeing the news coming in the paper and internet, I was feeling okay. This is important. At the time only I felt about it that okay, this is something good. Otherwise, when I went through that, it was just another day we were going through. Nothing more about it. Born and brought up at Cochin, native of Alappuzha district, pulling in Kuttanad. You call it Kuttanad. Early days in college, I used to be going to look after agriculture. You know, we are born and brought up like that into business, being a responsible at the younger days, getting into family property and businesses. So actually, I would say my life actually turned around because of that initial days of handling money, handling labor at the age of 15. Maybe at the age of 14, I started going to manage our farms. It really helped in the career building, because whatever you do in your future, in my work, wherever I work, I used to relate to what I used to do for myself and my family in our business. So everything was business for me. Even when I was working in the junior level in the company, I used to see things as if it is our own. We need to build it. That really helped in my career. I studied in Cochin. I did my BCom in Sacred Hearts College. I did my schooling in Rajagiri. Not a big bright student or anything, just a normal student. Most of the time, either in my native place, looking after the things, or here with going around and with friends and all that. Not that bright in college and all that. But once you got into job, you know, initial days itself, that responsibility got into the head that okay, this is mine, has to come up. Maybe that I would say it is all because of that initial college days. Even though I was in college, I was most of the time into the native place, managing the properties, managing the business, managing the farms, managing around 100, 200 people, managing always maybe have around 50,000 rupees in the pocket at the age of 15. So that gave so much of difference between me and other college students. Everybody was studying for marks and this one. Here I am on a completely different foothold. That really helped. And at 21, I went to Dubai, joined UAE Exchange. So I mean, the life was with UAE Exchange. I would say this is 33rd year going on. The whole career from day UAE Exchange started in 1980. I joined in 82 January, and it goes on. So this is my earlier days. UAE Exchange started in my life. I mean, in 82 January, I joined UAE Exchange. At that time, we were just starting company with just one office in Abu Dhabi. And I was there for 14 and a half years in UAE, worked in different areas, different places abroad, along with UAE Exchange. And in 1994, I came to start UAE Exchange in India. We came to start UAE Exchange not for all this. We decided to come set up one office in India to liaison with the banks, because we are a remittance company. So we send large amount of drafts to India. At that time, 94 April, physical drafts we give it to customers, and customers used to send by post. It will go to their bank account, and then the whole reconciliation, settlement process all happens. So we are dealing actually with the banks. We didn't have directly dealing with the customers in India. So we had a lot of issues with the bank account reconciliation. To resolve that, we started an office at Cochin, because our major banks were in Kerala. State Bank of Travancore, Federal Bank, South Indian Bank, Dhanlaxmi Bank, Catholic State Bank, all we were having arrangements. And so we decided to open in Cochin for convenience. And that's how we started UAE Exchange in Cochin. Initially it was just to liaison with the banks. Then we started couriering drafts to Cochin. Any customer who wants to send emergency. Now the normal way is send by post. Customer takes the drafts and send by post office at that time. So we decided that okay, we will collect the drafts from all customers and send by DHL to Cochin, and then we distribute, so that it is a little more faster. So we decided like that and started this courier service. So we started that. Then in 1998 we got license to print online without any courier. So we had data to data, server to server connection, lease line connection. We download the data here and print drafts and send. It was a big hit actually at that time. We were the first to implement this. In fact, when a draft the same day, it is printed here and then we courier. So that 3 days also reduced. The international courier delay is avoided. It's a big hit. We were growing at 500% year on year once we started that for maybe the next 5 years. Year on year, 500, 800% growth in numbers. Then in 1999, we started this. We decided that still we need to improve, so we decided to open our own company to pay money across our counters. Instead of depending on the draft we printed and giving it to bank, and the bank takes time, or from here to courier to another destination, it all takes time. So we decided to do this, doing it ourselves. So we got approval from that. Also was the first approval, the first company to do that. We opened our own setup. We initially started with 5 branches in Kerala, in Ernakulam, Quailon, Kannur, Trivandrum, Calicut. We started in one day in 5 places, our own office, and customer can come to a branch, collect cash, no drafts, no banks. That is a big achievement, because it was all new, and customers in abroad, when they get instant money, it was all instant money, because you pay there immediately, beneficiary can take money from our branch. Then we diversified into domestic businesses, because we thought, okay, it's a foreign money coming in. It is not good to depend on a foreign remittance alone. We need to be in the domestic market. So we diversified year on year into varied products. In 2000 we got into foreign exchange business. 2001 we got into travel business. 2002 we got into NBFC license, but we took some time to start that. Today we are into a varied basket of businesses, which maybe others are not. And the difference between us and others is we are equally diversified in all products, not just one vertical. We are the largest in money transfer company in India today, foreign money transfer company. We are the largest foreign exchange company in India today. We are in the top 10 travel companies in India today. In loan vertical, we are not focused on one vertical, we are into all. Like we started with gold loan, we got into two-wheeler loan, we got into four-wheeler loan, we got into personal loan, we got into consumer loan. We are the first company to get a utility payment license from Reserve Bank. We are we have started XPay, a prepaid wallet, which customer can use to pay to another through using SMS. And it's evolving. This SMS payment is evolving. We are really focused on that, to how to develop this to benefit the common people. Like we are now tied up with NPCI, we are now tied up with UID, all online, all direct integrations. The idea is, like any bank now, if you have a bank account, like if you have a prepaid account with us or a bank account with somebody else, and I want to pay money to you, if you know your MMID now, that's coming up now. Reserve Bank, government, everybody is promoting this. Along with a bank account, you get an MMID. If you don't have, you can ask your bank, they will give, because it's mandatory that MMID should be given. If you have an MMID, you want to pay to anybody else, and if that guy or shop or auto or bus has an MMID, you just need to type the MMID and amount and your MPIN. You can pay money over SMS through your bank account or your card account. This is that simple. You can actually, instead of a plastic card, instead of carrying physical cash, you can transfer between each other or to pay to any shop. We are working on that. It's a cultural revolution which has to happen. So we are into insurance, into general insurance. We are into travel and tours in a big way. Then we are into stock trading, demat accounts. So almost we are a financial supermarket into all under the financial and travel business. Customer comes in, they can do whatever they require at the bus service, bus rates, we deliver. So we have today reached 336 branches across India. Our branches are all like banking offices with minimum 10 staffs in each branch. Unlike others, the difference between others and us is we are very careful, we are highly compliant on KYC and all that, because we are into regulated for money transfer, we are regulated for our foreign exchange, we are regulated for our loan business. So highly regulated company, so we are also very careful. We are highly technology driven. All our systems are automated, up to financial accounting from bottom, all automated. So we have put in the foundations all right. It's a matter of scaling up. We are working on it. India is a huge country with so much of opportunity. There's no end to scaling up. It is all how you see things, how you scale up within the limits, without violating the law, with complying to the regulations, complying to the customer identification. When it comes to foreign exchange, there are so much of guidelines, so much of restrictions. Within all that, we had been growing year after year. I can say very proudly that there were many companies when I came here. We started foreign exchange. There was so much of black agents in the city, all gone. There is no black business now in foreign exchange. They all come to our counters. In fact, majority of people in Kerala come to UAE Exchange for their foreign exchange needs. Because you don't need to violate and do things. You can do things correctly by the same rate. Then why go to all this, do wrong things and be worried on all this? So that way we have made a cultural change in foreign exchange business in the country itself, in money transfer as well as foreign exchange. Same way now in the loan business, we are a late entrant in loan business, even though we had the license. We will make a change. Why I am telling you is we are into personal loan, we are into consumer loan, we are getting into housing loan. We are not into, our focus will be on the lower and middle class segment, where maybe they won't have a bank statement, they may not have an income proof, they may not have a second guarantor to support, or which is rejected by banks, the segment will be catering to. So it's going on. It's a change. I mean, every day we innovate, we find changes, we improve on that, work on that, keep going. See, challenges, one is compliance, one is people management. Not people management just in my company. What I see is, maybe I don't know what is the reason. Is it income tax or is it black money or whatever? People complying in India, when because I worked 15 years abroad, I am just comparing with abroad and India. When you are abroad, you're so focused on productivity, your job, your work, quality, while not violating to anything. That's a culture. But when you are in India and when you see, everybody thinks of how to get their ends done, how to get their things done, how it is done is not it's not a matter at all. Not just in low class or everybody. By and large, everybody wants to get the things done. For that, how it gets done, not much bothered. And what happened because of that? That cultural change is not happening, because you see in our own company, you see branches, they have a target, they want to achieve target. How they achieve, even though guidelines is there, they want to achieve, they will achieve. But when you go deep in, it's so difficult to educate them that we need to go by the rules and regulations. This is across, not just in my company. I'm telling you, I don't know that it's a big challenge actually, because compliance today is becoming the keyword when it comes to financial sector. If you compromise on that, you may grow exponentially in one month or 1 year, but you will same speed you will go down maybe in 2 years or 3 years later. So it is a big thing I am fighting for in my company, and to bring my team, my people. We have around 4,000 people working for us. It's not an easy thing to bring all into one culture. So that's the challenge. Then getting people to do the right things always. That's one challenge. Second challenge is this competition to do things rightly and to keep growing. We need to keep on innovating. So every time we look at how to make changes, what to improve, what to fine tune, so it goes on. It is a challenge. There definitely any business is a challenge. Any business there is competition, and you have to find a balance and keep going. Others respect you. Others should be. I mean, if your ideal boss should be a boss who is liked by all, not because you do things to be liked. It has to come voluntarily. As simple as that. The people should respect you. The colleagues should respect you. Colleagues should think that that happiness should come in working among the colleagues. That this sir is there to take care. Sir is there. Nothing will go wrong. It's a good company. That feeling should come among the people working. That is a true boss. That is true boss. I don't know. There are different ways of looking at true boss. True boss, maybe some people will say, if your company is growing leaps and bounds, it's a true boss. If your company is heavily branded, it's a true boss. There are different ways of looking at it. All this is combination of all this. You need to be in profits. If there is no profit, nobody is going to listen to you. Nobody is going to appreciate you. Nobody is going to take you into confidence. So profit is definitely required. You should take care of your people, and they should respect. They should have that comfort in you or confidence in you. That will all evolve by your own deeds, actions and deeds, and you keep your commitment. All this, it's a big. I would say it is all combination of many things to decide who is a boss. Who's a good boss. I really don't know whether I deserve that, but then it's all debatable issues. I could employ so much of people. So every time I think only that. From nowhere I come and could create something, give employment to maybe many, not just 4,000, many are gone abroad. That's the biggest happiness. And you build a foundation and it'll go on. Maybe centuries it will go on now. Today it is a NBFC or a finance organization. Tomorrow it will be a bank and we will become a global institution. So all this will go on. It's a process. If you are fully focused on growing your company in a good way, it may be slow, but growth is guaranteed. I'm a strong believer in that. You don't need to grow at 100%, 200% and all that. You need to grow at a steady rate of 20% is a healthy growth. And that will take you to greater heights in the long term. And we are achieving that for many years now. My hobby is walking. I at least walk 1 hour a day. And that time also I think, but I am definitely try to relax. I go for night driving. That's also very relaxing for me. Maybe after 9 o'clock, I will take my wife and children and go for a drive. Maybe half an hour drive. Most of the days we go somewhere in the evening. After traffic is reduced, we go for a round and come. It's very relaxing. Put the music and then drive. So that's relaxing. But then problems and all, maybe I am used to it. With problems I don't get any issue. Problem will come, it will get handled. Yes, if some serious problem come, you get disturbed. But most of the time it goes on. It's not going to affect my working. Most of the time, majority of my work gets done and completed from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the morning. There will not be anything pending for 9:30. My work gets over. All what I need to be attended to and replied to will get over before 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. And that I practice. I used to do that from long, maybe last 25 years I am practiced that way. So because of that, there is no backlogs for me, there is no pending for me, there is nothing to be, nobody to be given waiting. So 9:30 onwards you are free and relaxed, waiting for next opportunity. Goals and dreams. Today the company has reached somewhere, keep on growing the company, scale up to greater heights, make it one of the biggest financial institutions in the country. Maybe I would say it's a big, it's like I would need to take it to the level of HDFC Bank or Axis Bank or ICICI Bank. To that level we should build this organization, and it can happen. It's not that possible, because if you look at HDFC Bank, it is scaled up to this level in the last 10 years. Before that, almost it was similar to us. They acquired 3-4 banks and reached this level. So scaling up is not a challenging thing. It can be done. We are going slow, but if we get the banking license, things will all change for us. We will also go aggressive. Even if we don't get a bank, we will expand, we will diversify, we will increase our network, we will increase our correspondent network, agency network. We will definitely grow in size to be one of the most favored organizations in financial institutions in the country, most favored by customers. That's what we are looking for. Just not scaling up and then branding and then showing off will not make happiness. Happiness will come when customer come to us, customer does business with us, customers talks about us, and we are very particular on that. In fact, if a customer put any complaint, any suggestion in our website or in our branch Dropbox, it directly accessed by me. and I will make sure that it is attended to in the shortest possible time. So we don't hardly get any customer complaint. Maybe one or two from the whole organization in India, and that I will make sure we try our best to resolve so that customers is not dissatisfied with us. It's not just telling for you, but it is what's really happening in the company. You need to be very focused on what you want to achieve, what you work for it. You need to really spend thinking time. You need to spend more time on thinking. You should not have backlog. You need to be really focused. You need to get up early and work for 2-3 hours on your thing, and then during the day work on implementing it. Nothing is impossible, and you will be very sincere to your work and very focused. Don't do it to show others. Don't do it to get recognitions. Don't do it to get promotions. Don't do that to get your personal income. Work for that cause, fully committed. Maybe it might take time. It's not easy. For me, it took 32-33 years to reach here. Overnight it didn't happen. So you have to be very patient in achieving things. And it has to happen. Nobody can stop it. If you are that committed and that sincere to your mission, nobody can stop you. It will happen. That's my belief, and that is what happened for me. I have 3 children. My wife, my mother is with me. So eldest son is working in Bangalore. Second son is in final year engineering. And I have a daughter who is with me. She is in the 9th standard. I am George Antony, Managing Director for UAE Exchange India. You are watching me on webindia123.com. Thank you.